Welcome to the weekly market wrap-up. I'm Hannah Bernard. U.S. and Canadian markets rallied late in the day Thursday to continue another record-breaking week. Both the S&P 500 and the Toronto Stock Exchange shattered records. What drove the market action this week? Let's find out. U.S. markets delivered another winning week after a late-day rally on Thursday. The Dow Jones Industrial Average extended its winning streak to 5 sessions on Thursday, closing up over 14 points to 16,921. The S&P 500 delivered back-to-back records after Thursday's late rally, closing at 1,959, which marks its 21st record close of the year. The NASDAQ was the only major to take a dip Thursday, although it did hit a new closing high for the year on Wednesday, its highest close since 2000. The NASDAQ dropped about 3.5 points Thursday to close at 4,359. Now let's turn to Canadian markets, which also delivered a record-breaking week, with the Toronto Stock Exchange hitting all-time highs. The TSX broke a 6-year record high on Wednesday and then followed with another record close on Thursday at 15,112. The TSX Venture Exchange also turned in a stellar week of gains, closing Thursday up 1.32% to 1,022. We can thank the U.S. Federal Reserve this week for continuing the market's record run. Stocks jumped after the Fed cut another $10 billion from its monthly bond purchases to $35 billion, citing an improving U.S. job market for the taper. At a press conference Wednesday, Fed Chair Yellen said economic activity is rebounding and will continue to extend at a moderate pace. Yellen repeated that the Fed is likely to reduce the pace of the asset purchases in further measured steps, and that it expects interest rates to stay low for a considerable time after the bond buying program ends, which is expected later this year. Good news from Blackberry also drove market action this week on both sides of the border. The beleaguered mobile smartphone maker delivered a surprise to investors, a $23 million profit in its first and most recent quarter. Shares of the Waterloo, Ontario-based company climbed more than 9% on Thursday to close at $9.84. Blackberry profit amounted to 4 cents per share, compared with a loss of $84 million or 16 cents a year ago. New Blackberry CEO John Chen stood before shareholders for the first time on Thursday and assured them that the smartphone company has plenty of ideas to ensure its survival, including a new keyboard smartphone called the Passport and cloud-based service from its QNX division. Now to winners and losers and our picks for the week. The winner for this week is GW Pharmaceuticals, ticker symbol GWPH. Shares of GW Pharma soared over 16% Tuesday on news its drug for patients suffering from treatment-resistant epilepsy delivered an impressive 44% reduction in seizure frequency. Shares closed up $12.57 to $89.92. GW is a British-based company specialized in developing cannabis-based drug therapies. They are a global leader in prescription cannabinoid-based medicines. The loser for this week is Pier Imports Inc., ticker symbol PIR. Shares of the home furnishings retailer Pier sank over 13% on Thursday after its quarterly results and outlook disappointed Wall Street. Earnings per share fell 16% to 16 cents. Wall Street expected a slight increase in EPS to 20 cents. Pier Imports, like most retailers, is experiencing pressure on gross profit margins. The chain is ranked 158 out of 197 on the IBD's Retail Home Furnishings Group list. Well, those are our winners and losers for this week, and now it's time to check in on the gains you could have locked in by following the weekly watch list from Robert James and Viral Stocks. All right, that's enough about this week. Now let's turn to BayStreet.ca's look at the week ahead and the snapshot of what analysts are forecasting for companies whose earnings reports are coming out next week. Here are 3 U.S. stocks to watch. First up on Monday is Sonic Corp with an EPS forecast of 29 cents compared to 26 cents in the prior year quarter. The burger chain has been hit by higher meat prices and it's showing up on restaurant menus. In March, the U.S. ground beef market price grew by 2.2%, and Sonic has rolled out price increases to outpace the commodity cost inflation. Next up on Tuesday is Walgreen Co. with an EPS forecast of 94 cents compared to 85 cents in the prior year quarter. Finally, on Thursday is Winnebago Industries Inc. with an EPS forecast of 41 cents compared to 27 cents in the prior year quarter. Here are 3 Canadian stocks to watch next week. First up on Monday is Shaw Communications Inc. with an EPS forecast of 49 cents compared to 52 cents in the prior year quarter. Next up on Wednesday is Expo Inc. with an EPS forecast of 5 cents compared to 2 cents in the prior year quarter. Finally, on Thursday is Empire Company Limited with an EPS forecast of $1.29 compared to $1.45 in the prior year quarter. The Nova Scotia-based food retailer boasts over $19 billion in annual sales and approximately $12.4 billion in assets and employs more than 124,000 people. And that wraps it up. Thanks again so much for joining us for another weekly market wrap-up. Before you head out for the weekend, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel or podcast on iTunes and find us on Facebook and on Twitter. For Viral Network News and BayStreet.ca, I'm Hannah Bernard.